there are certain dates and times in your life that go on to be part of you and change you forever without you even realizing the significance or magnitude of what they would go on to be at the time. And the passing of Kurt Cobain is one of those dates for me, as I know it is for so many of you. And, it's one of those few dates or events where I can say I know exactly where I was. And I was in high school and I was heading to lacrosse practice. And one of the senior girls, I think I was a sophomore at the time, said, "Did you hear that Kurt Cobain died?" And I couldn't even wrap my head around it because I worshiped Kurt. And I wonder if it's hard to explain to younger people today just the significance of Kurt Cobain at the time and how he's even gone on to represent so much more. But I can define my life as before and after hearing Nirvana. It changed everything about me. I didn't even become a rock fan until I had heard Nirvana. I actually loved dance and R&B and pop prior to that, and hearing Nirvana changed my life. Hearing Kurt Cobain's voice and lyrics and angst and progressive thinking and punk roots and classic rock roots, and it literally just changed my life. In fact, the day after I heard Nirvana for the first time, this is before the internet, I had my parents drop me off at Tower Records just so I could absorb and take in as much as I could. I bought like every book that was in Tower Records. And the thing is, I have so much of it still. So when I went to Tower Records, I bought like all these books and magazines, and I've collected all these things through the years. And I realized that I had saved all of the magazines after April 5th, 1994. And I still have them all. So I kind of just, I wanted to share them. I know that sounds really morbid, and you might even think that's really creepy that I saved all of these things, but I can't explain to you. And of course, I did not know Kurt. I'd never met Kurt. I was a teenager, and I know that he was the voice of a generation to so many, and he hated that, and they hated the pressure of that. But he changed music forever. He changed culture forever. He changed me forever. And I know so many of you feel the same. But I just kind of wanted to share some of the things I have. This one's in the best condition, but this is the spin cover. Um, I had not this one because this one's in pristine shape, but the rest of them I had hanging up in my room. I had like a shrine to Kurt, which I had prior to his death, but I did collect a lot of things that were all hanging up. This was the Newsweek cover, um, the People cover. This is still part of some of the People coverage on it. Of course, here's the full Rolling Stone magazine, not just the cover. And I still have this poster right here, which I actually have framed. I'm gonna hold this up. This was hanging in my room. Here, see if you could see it. And for those of you who know, it was hung up with like that blue thumbtack, so it still has like that blue stain. I kept it all because of how he made me feel. How he made me feel understood, how he made me feel heard and seen. And he was ours. He was something that my parents listened to and were like, this is absolute noise. And I'm like, you just don't understand. But what was so cool about Kurt's voice, he was able to affect everyone. It wasn't just for young people. It wasn't for my parents, but it was like it was for all of a generation. And it was the most powerful thing I've ever experienced. I've never experienced anything so powerful since. I've never felt the way from music since. Like, that was it. Nirvana is the band that really changed my life. And, I can go on and show you all of my things. I own like a million Nirvana books. Of course, I love the Jesse Froman. I dressed my son Cole Hendricks as the Jesse Froman style. I can do I can show you so much stuff I have. I have all of like this one. That's right. I have like, oh, this was the best. The Nirvana, the Unplugged. This was the best live album. It still is one of the greatest of all time. I know I'm just rambling, but on this day, 30 years. It is so hard to comprehend that that was 30 years ago. I still literally wear my hair the same way, still wearing Nirvana t-shirts because it wasn't a phase. It never was a phase. It was your identity. It was who you are. Nirvana made me who I am. And how many artists can you say that about? It's pretty powerful. But I think so much today for Frances Bean. What her post this morning was, just, it brought tears to my eyes even thinking about it right now. I'm like welling up. But it's sad she didn't get to have a father. So whatever pain and we're feeling, this here's a girl who never got to really know her dad, and that really is sad. It's all tragic, but I just want to take this day to celebrate his life and his legacy. Also remembering we lost Lane Staley today as well. It's Mike McCready's birthday, so that's a positive, beautiful light, and just want so many of you to know, I know a lot of you feel the same as I do. So I'm with you, and how lucky are we that we got to experience and feel and still do Kurt Cobain's magic.